What's up, family? As always, I'm just here to have a conversation and let off my authentic thoughts. Man, I was just sitting here thinking, I'm like, people be secretly competing, man. And it's like, for what, right? You may ask. And a lot of times it happens in your families. It happens in your household. If you're a parent, it could be from the mother secretly competing with the father secretly competing with the mother on raising the child. And it's mind blowing to say, right? And in this world, things have been so sensitive and people have become so soft to the point where they operate out of emotions. And when you operate out of emotions, you don't have logic. So when you really take a deep dive into this thing, you're like, yo, I respect all people. I want the best for all people. I want people to do great things. I always want people to do great things just like I want to do great things. I'm grinding. I stay on my grind. You know, I got grit. I stay ambitious. I'm always open to learning and open to the possibility of being wrong, but also always open to learning from my mistakes, on top of being around people that's smarter than me, being around people that's doing better than me. But on the flip side, when it comes to someone secretly competing with you, family, they look at it as you having the mindset of growing and always evolving and understanding that tomorrow's not promised and you don't want to be stuck on yesteryear, being in your old ways, having the same results, but you want to keep evolving through time because you want to keep moving in the right direction, having the best interest of yourself, not just yourself, but bigger than you, your family, your kids, if you have children, and, you know, just breaking generational curses and also setting the tone for the next generation after you. Because the ones that may have came before you may have not done so great, or they did the best they could, but you want to do great things. You want to achieve greatness. You want to do greater. You want to do better. And you're always striving and always asking the questions. See, growing up as a kid, my mother always told me, man, you ask too many questions. But see, if you don't ask questions, then you don't get insight. And if you don't seek all understanding in all things, then you become ignorant to the simple fact of the circumstance and what you could have had insight on to know how to effectively approach any situation, because every situation, I understand, family, is situational. So that person that is secretly competing with you and you don't even know it until you catch on to the vibe that they're giving you, things just feeling weird, things just feeling off. And the reality is, family, you're constantly thinking to evolve. And you're always wondering why and how I can do these things. And you never enable yourself. You never make excuses, because you know you can be doing better than what you're doing right now to achieve greatness. And the person that's secretly competing against you, they always feel lesser than you. But when they doing great things, you feel inspired. You feel motivated. You look at them and you like, yo, how courageous they were to actually achieve and believe in themselves and have confidence. And you have the same thing. That's why you got to be around like-minded people, because people that secretly compete, it's like an anchor that bring you down. And they'll say things like this, right? They'll say things like, oh, I feel like I can do it more. I feel like I could do more than what I'm doing. And in reality is, you like, yeah, go ahead, do more. Why can't you? And you aspiring and motivating them. But then they'll make it like you being around them is the reason why they're not doing more. They'll start gaslighting. They'll start making you have the energy to even give them the energy that they don't have to do the things that they know they should be doing. Because they know that, family, they know they could do better than what they're doing, because you even know you could be doing better than what you could be doing. That's why you hang around smart people. That's why you hang around people that don't necessarily hang around in the same niche career-wise or do the same things that you do, because you get a different perspective. And that's where knowledge and wisdom come in, because you don't have yes men, and you don't have people thinking like you. However, you have people thinking different from you, which then creates insight and more wisdom. And the person that's secretly competing with you, right? The person that's secretly competing with you, they're so prideful. They don't want to even ask you for the wisdom like you will ask others who you situationally bring yourself around so you continue to learn from them. But their pride will stop them from learning from you, but gaslight you and make it like you are the one that's holding them down, because you are not dragging them along with you to help them build themselves up. But they keep talking about how they feel like they could do so much more. You get the gaslight, family? You get where I'm coming from? And then You care so much and have their best interest that you giving them resources and opportunities to do much more, and they still making excuses. And the reality is, you are the constant reminder that they lack the very thing that you have. See, everybody, I believe, nobody is smarter than nobody. Because what ultimately it resorts down to is consistency. Now, other people is more consistent than other people, and then you realize you get what you get. So you earn your keep. You don't just get it. You earn what you have. You don't just get what you have. And when you do get what you have, you don't know how to keep it because you haven't been consistent enough to cherish that very thing that you have been blessed with. Whether that's your family, whether that's you being a effective parent, whether that's you being a better man or a better woman, family. And life experience, right? Just speaking on my experience. Me growing up, and it could be your own parents. And from my experience, my own parent, sitting there knowing resources or knowing the knowledge that I don't know. For example, the knowledge of, and I'll give you an example, real life experience. The knowledge of not knowing that I have just had my first Bank of America credit card. My mom got a flat tire. You know, they'll gaslight you. Oh, family, help family. And I'm all for helping family. And you'll operate in unison. But however, their pride and ego is always operating in a way what they can take from you. And they're secretly competing with you on top of that. So they try to do things that you do, but it's not authentic. They try to be better than you, but they can't, because at the end of the day, they're not running their own race. They just running against you, but you just running your own race, and you uplifting them along with the wisdom that you get, even though y'all know y'all individually in two different paths. But you want to give them all the resources they can, because what's for them is for them, and what's for you is for you. And you respect all and treat all respectfully and treat everybody the same and love them until someone treats you different. Right? So you understand to treat all respectfully, but you're not going to stand for anybody mistreating you because it's boundaries. But their pride and ego would disrespect you and bring you down like an anchor and gaslight you like they could be doing so much more, but they're not doing nothing. They stand in the same place, family. They lack in the very thing that you have, and you're a constant reminder by the things that they should be doing. So then they call themselves filling the void by doing the very thing they feel as though is one up on you, but you just loving them genuinely and authentically, and however they competing with you out of envy. So who really care for who, and who really have the best interest? You do. But get back to my example. Growing up, I got my first credit card as a kid. My mom got a flat tire. $800 credit score from Bank of America. $800 credit limit on my Bank of America credit card. My mom had a flat tire, had a BMW. You know, that maxed out my whole credit card. One tire. Now, my mom knew that you're not supposed to max out your credit card. Spend 10% and pay it right back early as possible before the due date. Boost your credit. However, she know the game, but she said, oh, you can pay it back. That's what it's for. No, it's just a resource to help build your credit, to help gain trust with the banks. But however, now you're teaching me how to borrow and not pay it back, which then resort to debt, which is not conducive to me, your child, on how to level up in life, right? Because now I'm maxing out a credit card and I look ignorantly irresponsible to banks financially. But I didn't know that. I had an outsider tell me that. But then the very thing of when I couldn't pay it, because then I had to help my mother, help my family. And you have to pour into your own cup before you can pour in others. And you have to be selfish before you be selfless. And if those don't understand that, then they don't have your best interest. And the way they know that, you know that they're secretly competing with you, because the simple fact is every time you do great things, they want to one-up you, or they talking about how you could do something so much different or so much better. Like they got all the knowledge, but they don't want to take the knowledge from you. So who really competing with who? Take heed to these things, family. Right? And when I start becoming more financially responsible, family members, oh, you don't want to help family no matter what. But at the end of the day, the knowledge from what my mother knew how to help me be responsible with my credit card, to help build my credit, because credit is everything. Credit is just the entry to the door to show financial responsibility. Doesn't mean you have to use it, but it can also be part of your portfolio to show that you're a great candidate. But I didn't know that till over time, until an outsider told me. Now I maxed my credit card out, gave my mom more money because she needed help with something else, and I didn't have no money and couldn't be able to pay that credit card. But then she told me, what am I doing with my money, and how am I doing the very thing? How am I doing the very things was best for me if I'm not even responsible for my money, but I'm giving all my money to help those I love? But then she's holding me down and keeping wisdom away from me to help me level up. Family, I'm going to keep it like this and I'm going to close. They are scared of what you can become, and that's why they secretly compete with you. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think. On that note, family, let the love supersede the hate. Spread that peace, love, and positivity.